So crazy. I haven't till today. Matter of fact, I have to tell them this week. Before this interview come out, I haven't even told my parents.
No way, Cardi.
No one is talking about this the way it needs to be talked about. Cardi B has once again shaken the entire internet. Not with a song, not with a beef, but with a confession that left fans in absolute shock. During her sit-down with Gayle King, the rap superstar revealed something deeply personal. She admitted that at the time of the interview, she still hadn't told her parents she was expecting a child with her boyfriend, NFL star Stefon Diggs. Yes, you heard that right. Cardi B, one of the boldest voices in hip-hop, said she was scared of her own parents' reaction. And trust me, family secrets this big? They never stay quiet for long. Stay tuned and watch the clip to see exactly what Cardi said. And don't forget, before we dive all the way in, hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss these explosive updates.
So crazy. I haven't till today. Matter of fact, I have to tell them this week. Before this interview come out, I haven't even told my parents.
No way, Cardi.
I haven't told my parents. They just be looking at me like,
Cardi. Wait. Back up. Why haven't you told them?
Cause I'm scared of them. I'm very scared of my parents.
You're scared of your parents?
I'm very scared of my parents.
Do they like Stefon? Do they like him?
Yes, they like him.
They like him.
They do like him. They do like him.
Something tells me they'll be happy for you because you have children, he has children. Were you thinking, you know, the way we feel about each other, we both want to have a child together?
Yes. I mean, you know, everybody kept telling me like I should have fun. And we had a little bit of too much fun, and now I'm here. We had too much fun. And yeah, we're very excited. We're very
and you're
happy.
both happy, and you're both happy about it.
Yes, we're very
But
happy
I'm
about
happy for you to see you this happy because we all know you went through a very messy divorce with Offset. Were you worried about opening your heart up again or falling in love again or even dating again? Were you concerned about that?
Yes. And one thing about like dating, like it's like when you date, you feel like you're like 16 again, and I don't really.
Well, you want to feel like you're 16. You want to meet somebody that makes you feel like that.
You do, but then it's like you also remember what you dealt with when you were 16. So it's like restarting
well,
again.
That part, yeah.
Yeah. And being open
and vulnerable.
And like one time he just told me like it's like, let me heal you. Give me a chance for me to heal you. And it's like, okay.
He said, let me heal you? Is the baby, I'm not asking for your due date, but is baby coming this year or next?
It's coming before my tour.
Before your tour? When's your tour?
In February.
Towards the end of the interview, we went out to continue shooting. Stefon just happened to call to check on her to see how she was doing. Did you eat today? But she said her head is in a really good space. Despite all, and she's been through a lot of stuff. She's been through a lot of
publicly
stuff.
Too.
Yes, publicly. Also knows the sex of the baby. She's not sharing whether it's a boy or a girl, but she is really excited, and according to her, so is he.
Now, the tension wasn't just about her parents. Cardi revealed that everyone kept telling her to have fun, to live her life, to focus on the music, the shows, and the fame. And in her own words, she admitted, "We had a little bit too much fun, and now I'm here." A sentence so raw, so unfiltered, it instantly trended across social media. Fans could feel both the humor and the vulnerability in her tone. Because behind the lights, the Grammys, and the headlines, there's a woman facing one of the most personal moments of her life. But let's pause right there because you have to wonder, why the fear? Why was Cardi B, a woman who has stood up to the biggest names in rap and survived the fiercest of feuds, afraid to tell her parents something so natural, so human? Insiders close to Cardi say it's not about shame. It's about timing. It's about the pressure of already being a mother, the pressure of being a superstar, and the weight of knowing her every move will be analyzed, criticized, and dissected by fans and haters alike. In fact, an insider went as far as to tell us that Cardi's biggest fear is disappointing the people closest to her. And if you think that's surprising for someone who thrives off controversy, think again. Cardi may clap back at trolls, but when it comes to family, it's a different battlefield. Wait until you hear what Gayle King asked her next, because that question led to one of the most emotional answers we've heard from Cardi in years. And then came the moment that no one saw coming. Cardi opened up about being afraid to love openly again. After everything she's been through in her past relationship with Offset, after all the headlines, the heartbreaks, the cheating scandals, she told Gayle that love itself became a terrifying word. Until Stefon Diggs looked her in the eye and said something that broke down every wall she had built. His words? "Let me heal you. Give me a chance to heal you." That, my friends, wasn't just a boyfriend trying to be sweet. That was a man rewriting her story, offering her a kind of reassurance she hadn't felt in years. And Cardi admitted that in that moment, something shifted inside her. She felt like, and I quote, "a baby again." But just when you thought this interview couldn't get any more emotional, Stefon Diggs himself made a surprise move. Live on the show, he called Cardi, not to talk about fame or football, but to ask her the simplest, most intimate question: "Did you eat today?" And the look on Cardi's face? Priceless. When Stefon Diggs' voice came through the phone, you could almost feel the tension in the room shift. This wasn't just a celebrity stunt. This wasn't a PR setup. This was a man who genuinely wanted to make sure his partner was okay. The way Cardi's expression softened when she heard his voice told the entire story. Here's a woman who has lived years under a microscope, judged for every single move, yet in that one moment, she was just Cardi, a woman being cared for by someone she trusts. Viewers at home were left speechless, and the clip immediately went viral across social media. Now let's not forget what made this moment so powerful. Cardi confessed that after everything with Offset, she wasn't sure if she could love again. Public heartbreak has a way of making someone guarded, and for Cardi, those scars ran deep. She told Gayle, "I was afraid of giving my heart because every time I gave, it got broken." That statement hit fans like a punch to the gut. Because if someone as bold, as outspoken, and as seemingly untouchable as Cardi B could admit to fear, then maybe vulnerability isn't weakness at all. Maybe it's strength. And then came the bombshell. Cardi admitted she feels like a baby when she's around Stefon. Think about that. She, the mother of three, the fierce artist who dominated charts and stages worldwide, feels reborn, feels cared for, feels safe when she's with him. It's the type of emotional language we rarely see Cardi use publicly, and that's why it struck so many fans differently. They weren't just hearing a celebrity couple update, they were watching a love story unfold in real time. But here's where things get even more dramatic. Cardi admitted that keeping her pregnancy from her parents wasn't just about fear of judgment, it was about timing. She worried that people would say she's moving too fast, that she's being reckless, that her focus isn't on her career but on her personal life. For Cardi, who has worked so hard to carve her legacy in the rap world, that kind of criticism can feel heavier than anything else. Imagine sitting on the biggest news of your life, yet not being able to share it with the two people who raised you. That's the reality Cardi confessed to. Social media reactions came pouring in. One fan tweeted, "Cardi deserves happiness. If Stefon makes her feel like a baby again, then go for it." Another wrote, "I just hope she's not rushing into something that could hurt her again. Protect your heart, sis." And then there were those who couldn't help but bring up Offset. Some fans speculated that Offset must be watching this unfold with mixed emotions. After all, it's not every day your ex-wife announces she's expecting another child, this time with a new man, and does it in front of millions. Now, let's not sugarcoat it. The mention of Offset always complicates the conversation. He and Cardi share children, a history, and a bond that can't be erased. But the way Cardi is opening herself up now to Stefon shows that she's not letting her past dictate her future. Wait until you hear how Offset himself responded. Because yes, he did respond, and his words shocked fans. But before we get into that, make sure you keep watching the clip of Cardi's interview with Gayle. The raw honesty in her voice, you need to see it to believe it. And here's the twist. Insiders claim that Stefon Diggs wasn't planning on calling during the show. It just happened. Gayle herself seemed surprised, but she allowed it to unfold because the emotion in the moment was undeniable. Imagine being so in love that even in the middle of a televised interview, your partner interrupts just to make sure you've eaten. That's the kind of relationship gesture that makes fans root for them. Of course, with every moment of sweetness comes the looming storm of speculation. People began asking, how will her parents react when they finally hear this? How will Offset handle the fact that Stefon is not only in Cardi's life, but actively present in her children's? And perhaps the most controversial question of all, is Cardi ready for baby number 4 in the middle of everything she's juggling? One thing is for sure, this story is only heating up. And we're just getting started. When word finally got out about Cardi B's pregnancy with Stefon Diggs, fans waited with bated breath for Offset's reaction. After all, this wasn't just random celebrity news. This was a chapter of his past colliding with Cardi's present. And when Offset finally broke his silence, the internet nearly exploded. He didn't lash out. He didn't throw shade. He didn't even hint at jealousy. Instead, he shocked fans by offering one simple word: congratulations. Now, let's pause here. Because if you've followed the Cardi Offset saga over the years, you know this is no small gesture. Their relationship was filled with highs and lows, from cheating scandals to public apologies, from divorce rumors to reconciliation, only to end in separation. So for Offset to respond with grace, with dignity, and even with support? That's the plot twist nobody saw coming. Fans immediately started dissecting his tone, his intent, and his true feelings. Was this genuine maturity, or was it the calm before a storm? Social media split right down the middle. On one side, you had fans praising Offset, saying, "This is growth. He's letting Cardi live her life and being respectful. Good for him." On the other side, skeptics rolled their eyes, claiming, "He's just saving face." Deep down, you know that had to sting. And honestly, both arguments hold weight. Because let's be real, no matter how mature you are, seeing your ex move on so openly, so publicly, and with so much love is never easy, especially when the whole world is watching. And let's not forget the elephant in the room. Offset isn't just Cardi's ex, he's the father of her children. That means Stefon Diggs isn't just her new partner. He's stepping into a blended family dynamic that will affect those kids forever. This raises all kinds of questions. Will Offset and Stefon cross paths? Can they coexist peacefully? Or will we see tension brewing behind the scenes as Cardi tries to balance her past with her future? But here's where things get even juicier. Sources close to Cardi revealed that Stefon is already deeply involved in her life, not just as a boyfriend, but as a support system for her kids. And while Offset has reportedly accepted the situation, fans can't help but wonder how long that acceptance will last. Will the peace hold, or are we sitting on a ticking time bomb? Meanwhile, Cardi's fans, the infamous Bardi Gang, rallied behind her with overwhelming support. They flooded Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok with celebratory posts. One fan wrote, "Cardi deserves a man who treats her like a queen, and Stefon is doing that." Another added, "Offset saying congratulations is cool, but let's not forget how much pain he caused her. Cardi deserves this happiness." The energy was electric, a wave of empowerment pushing Cardi's narrative forward. Yet, with all the excitement, there was still a shadow of doubt. Some fans voiced concern over the timing of it all. "She's at the peak of her career. Is now the right time for another baby?" one commenter asked. Others chimed in, "Love is beautiful, but is she moving too fast? What if this ends the same way it did with Offset?" The skepticism wasn't born out of hate, but out of protectiveness. Cardi B is loved fiercely by her fans, and with that love comes worry. And here's the dramatic twist you didn't see coming. During the interview, when Gayle asked Cardi how she feels about Offset knowing the news, Cardi didn't flinch. She simply said, "I wish him the best. He's the father of my kids, and that's forever. But my future is with Stefon." Boom. Just like that, Cardi closed one chapter and turned the page on another, right there in front of millions of viewers. The message was crystal clear. Cardi isn't looking back. Offset can congratulate, speculate, or reflect all he wants, but Cardi is moving forward, boldly, unapologetically, and with a man who calls her during live interviews just to ask if she's eaten. That, my friends, is a love language in action. But don't get too comfortable because the story doesn't end here. If you think Cardi's revelation and Offset's surprisingly calm response is the climax, think again. There's still the question of her parents, the cultural weight of her decision, and the very public stage where all of this is unfolding. And trust me, what's coming next will shake things up even more. Now, let's talk about one of the most fascinating aspects of Cardi B's revelation: her parents. During the interview with Gayle King, Cardi admitted that at the time of filming, she hadn't told her parents she was expecting her fourth child with Stefon Diggs. Can you imagine the weight of that secret? Cardi, usually so fearless and unfiltered, admitted she was genuinely scared of their reaction. She explained, "I was nervous. I didn't know if they'd be upset about the timing, about the speed of it, or even just the fact that I'm in love again." And let's pause for a moment. This is Cardi B, a global superstar who's never shied away from speaking her mind, revealing her truth, or setting trends. If she is nervous about telling her parents, it shows just how layered and complex family dynamics can be, even for someone who seems untouchable in the public eye. Fans immediately related. Countless social media users shared their own experiences of fear, hesitation, and vulnerability when revealing major life decisions to family members. One tweet read, "If Cardi B, the queen of the world, is nervous about telling her parents, maybe I'm not alone in being scared to share my life choices." But Cardi didn't let the fear hold her back. Instead, she leaned on Stefon Diggs. During the sit-down, she shared the intimate words he whispered to her. "Let me heal you. Give me a chance to heal you." And that, my friends, is where the magic of their relationship shines. Cardi described feeling like a baby again in his care, a mix of vulnerability, trust, and unconditional support. Stefon isn't just a partner. He's a stabilizing force, a co-parent in the making, and the reason Cardi felt confident enough to step into this next chapter openly. Fans were quick to analyze every detail. The subtle mention of feeling like a baby again wasn't just cute. It signaled Cardi's deep emotional healing. After years of drama with Offset, public scrutiny, and personal growth, Cardi is rediscovering herself in the arms of someone who genuinely cares. Social media erupted with comments like, "This is the love story we needed." Cardi finally found someone who cherishes her heart, not just her fame. Now here comes the dramatic cliffhanger. Cardi revealed that Stefon wasted no time checking in on her during the interview itself. Yes, live on camera, he called her to ask if she had eaten anything. Fans were both shocked and delighted. The gesture, while simple, speaks volumes. It's not just romantic. It's the type of care and attention that elevates a relationship from publicly known to deeply personal and nurturing. But here's the tension. Cardi's disclosure isn't just about joy. It's about navigating public and private pressures simultaneously. She has millions of eyes watching, each with an opinion, each dissecting every gesture, every word. The fear of judgment, of gossip, and even of misinterpretation looms large. And yet, Cardi faces it head-on, balancing authenticity with strategy. And fans are eating it up. Comments flooded Instagram. Cardi is teaching us how to love after heartbreak. This is not just entertainment. This is life lessons. Others debated. Do you think Offset is happy for her, really? Or is he pretending? The speculation only adds fuel to the fire, keeping everyone glued to the story. Finally, the deeper message here is clear. Love, vulnerability, and courage coexist. Cardi's parents may not yet know. Stefon's devotion is apparent, and the world is watching every heartbeat. The tension between fear and joy makes this announcement more than just celebrity news. It's an emotional roller coaster that feels relatable, human, and unforgettable. Stay tuned, because in the next batch, we'll dive into Cardi B's fans' reactions and how the Bardi gang is mobilizing to celebrate her pregnancy while speculating about the future of her blended family. As we wrap up this incredible revelation from Cardi B, let's focus on the reactions from her fans, the infamous Bardi gang, and the social media frenzy that followed. Cardi's announcement about expecting her fourth child with Stefon Diggs wasn't just another celebrity headline. It became a cultural moment, a mix of celebration, speculation, and emotional investment. Fans couldn't get enough, flooding platforms with messages of love, support, and yes, endless memes. One viral tweet read, "Cardi B having a baby with Stefon Diggs is the content I didn't know I needed but can't live without." The reaction illustrates a powerful dynamic in today's celebrity culture. Cardi B's fans aren't passive consumers. They actively engage, defend, and celebrate her milestones. Within minutes of the interview airing, hashtags like Darn Cardi B fourth baby and Darn Stefon and Cardi were trending worldwide. Memes surfaced showing Cardi and Stefon as royalty, babies being showered with diamonds, and playful nods to her previous public dramas with Offset. Every post, every reaction, amplified the narrative and kept the conversation alive well beyond the interview. Of course, some fans speculated about the timing and logistics. Questions arose. How will this pregnancy impact her career, album launches, and public appearances? And what about her blended family dynamics with Offset? Cardi's transparency about her fears and her journey to love again gave fans insight into her humanity, making these questions feel less invasive and more about concern and curiosity. Social media debates highlighted the emotional investment fans have in her life. Meanwhile, congratulatory messages from other celebrities poured in. Stefon Diggs himself was reportedly overjoyed, posting subtle hints of pride and affection on social media. Even Offset, her ex-husband, issued a public congratulation, demonstrating a level of maturity and public diplomacy. Fans quickly dissected his response, comparing it to his previous reactions and speculating on how he really feels about Cardi moving forward in life with Stefon. The mix of joy, drama, and speculation is exactly what keeps the Bardi gang so engaged. What's fascinating here is Cardi B's ability to balance her private life with her public persona. She's sharing intimate details, like Stefon calling her to check if she's eaten, while maintaining a level of mystique around family reactions and personal emotions. It's a masterclass in storytelling, building suspense, emotional resonance, and fan loyalty all at once. Every tweet, post, and comment adds another layer to her narrative, creating an ongoing story arc that fans can follow in real time. In addition, Cardi's vulnerability inspires many. Her openness about fear, healing, and rediscovering love resonates with audiences who have experienced heartbreak or hesitation in their own lives. Fans aren't just watching, they're connecting on a human level, celebrating growth, courage, and the joy of finding love again. Comments like, "Cardi is showing us it's okay to be scared, but to also take chances on love," flooded social media, proving her influence goes far beyond music. Finally, the big picture emerges. Cardi B's life is an intricate blend of love, resilience, and public fascination. From sharing fears with Gayle King, to Stefon's protective gestures, to fans mobilizing worldwide. This story isn't just a celebrity update. It's a moment of cultural significance. Her journey reminds us that even global superstars face the universal emotions of fear, excitement, and hope for the future. Stay tuned, Bardi Gang, because Cardi B's journey is far from over. Expect more updates, more milestones, and more heartfelt moments as she and Stefon prepare to welcome their fourth child into the world. This is one story that's only just beginning, and we'll be here to cover every emotional twist, heartfelt confession, and joyous celebration along the way.